or Timmy?
I think it's Ty.
Tyler, what's up, bro? Well, now I can't hear you.
Yeah, he's muted.
What?
Why was I muted?
There you go.
Why was I muted, Tim or Travis? Was that you?
I didn't do it.
Ecam Live was doing the Lord's work.
For sure. Well, welcome everybody. This is SEC Unleashed. Thank you so much for being here. If you're listening to us on Twitter, make sure you retweet, like, do all the stuff. Come over to YouTube, huh? Give us a subscribe. Do that.
Yeah.
Subscribe to us.
Yeah.
We got to impress Bobby fucking Bones.
Whoa!
Travis a little bit hurt tonight because Bobby Bones decided to step in where he wasn't wanted. And I don't mean his radio show where nobody wants him either. I mean he decided to step all over Travis on Twitter, so...
He attempted. An attempt was made.
Do you want to? Are you able to share your screen and show the tweet where he kind of took a shot at the SEC Live pod?
I can in just a second. I gotta pull it up, but I don't know. Look, I
you
don't
know,
want to make a big stink of this, dude. Because
no,
I'm just like,
hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. He did. Whether you agree or disagree with the whole Carmona curb stomping a player's ankle, whatever.
Which we're gonna get into.
We are. Whether you agree or disagree with whoever's take, to kind of come in and take an unnecessary swing at a show or a podcast or whatever that's, 7 episodes in, 8 episodes in?
And this is our 9th episode.
What are we doing? Like, bro.
This is what I'm saying about the whole thing.
Radio, dude. Come on, man.
This is what I'm saying about the whole thing. Listen, I haven't been doing this 22 years. Y'all haven't been doing this 22 years. Bobby Bones has been on the radio for 22 years. And he's punching down at an 8-episode podcast. I mean, come on, bro. Do better. Do better.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do better. I'm sorry, but if you're trying to drum up controversy so that you can get more listeners, we're not the place to go.
No,
do better.
Clearly.
I really don't think that's what he was trying to do. I really think he's... Listen,
Here we go.
Listen, here's the thing. It's not necessarily just using us to drum up listeners, but his entire set of tweets for the last 12 hours seem unhinged. I mean,
right,
it's like
I got the tweet
he's going after everybody, hoping somebody will, I don't know, respond and he can use it. It's not just us. But to punch down at us is just dumb. He's talking about the dumbest, most uneducated 2 cents ever. At an 8-episode podcast. Come on, Bob.
Well, to be fair, that was at Travis's tweet, not at SEC Unleashed, not that part.
You know, even if
I get it.
Even if my tweet sucked, like, I don't get this. Look, there's okay, let's just get this shit off my screen because I don't really care. I'm being honest. You know, about half the fan base likes my tweet and the other half thinks I'm an idiot, and that's fine. I'm cool with all that. I don't give a shit. It's my take, dude. If you don't like it, fuck off. Seriously. It's fine. And also, my take has been taken so out of context that it's unreal. All I'm saying is the shit happens everywhere in every football game you've ever been in. Like, that's all I'm saying. Do I like it? No. Does it make us look stupid? Absolutely. It's a terrible look. But the shit happens in every game. And everybody's just blowing it out of proportion. Like, oh, my God, he killed somebody. He stepped on his fucking ankle, dude. It's fine. All right? And he played the next play.
You know what's the funniest thing about it? The thing that Travis hasn't put on the screen is the number of likes Travis's post got and the number of likes that Bobby Bones' post got. You know, it's just way out of proportion. This guy's got hundreds of thousands of people. I dare say millions, but nobody likes him enough for it to be millions for sure. But he got, I think, 7 likes out of his response to Travis. And Travis got well over 100 likes in his post. And it's like, dude, nobody likes you like nobody likes your show. Take your clown show elsewhere.
It's just a torn fan base. But for
it is.
For him to drop his 2 cents, like, I give a shit who he is. Like, dude, I'm doing fine. I'm not worried about your fucking radio show. We're good on this end, bro. I'm not just some guy sitting in a basement going, oh, I hope this podcast works so I can survive. Motherfucker, I'm good. You hear me? I'm fine, all right? I'm just throwing out. Look, we ain't family friendly tonight, guys. I'm sorry, but
if we lost the SEC Unleashed podcast today, it wouldn't cost us anything. We all have jobs. We all have other things we do. If Bobby Bones lost the Bobby Bones show, he might lose everything in his life. So
maybe I'll
yourself.
hire him at my tattoo parlor.
Okay.
All right, moving on.
Ty's trying to wrap it up
what
here.
What the hell? You said in our group chat you were curious what I had to say on the situation.
That's
me
all
play
I
it out.
I meant moving on from me and Tim's complaining. All right.
Okay.
No, I'm just going to make fun of him all night.
Okay. As far as Bobby Bones, the last thing I'll say is I have nothing against the guy. I know that there's certainly some very vocal fans that can't stand him, and then there's a lot of people that do like the guy. I don't know. I'll be real. I don't. I've seen some of his stuff here and there. I know he's got obviously an Arkansas background. I think he actually started DJing in Central Arkansas, if I'm not mistaken. Good for him. He built a career, and he's flourishing. He's doing just fine. I really do believe a large part of he is just a diehard fan. I think he's fallen victim to what a lot of people do when they put the fan and fanatic, and they just kind of like what Travis did. They fire from the hip a little bit, and he obviously takes issue with what Travis and he's not just Travis. It's not just Travis he's gone after.
No, he's unhinged on everyone.
Yeah, and so look, whatever. I mean, I'm live let live. I don't really care. I don't, I don't put all my gyms into that corner as far as Bobby Bones is concerned. I wish him the best. I did take issue with the just talking about the podcast. First off, when he says dumbest, most uneducated 2 cents ever. Well, first off, again, it was clearly a fire from the hip moment from Travis. But then he goes on to say, which is what you did. Just check the digital stats of your podcast. Ouch. Makes sense, though. Again, that just seemed like Tim said, that seemed a little unnecessary. I don't really get it, but whatever. Our feelings aren't hurt. I've actually kind of giggled at it a little bit.
I think it's funnier he took the time to check the digital stats of a show that's
that's exactly what I'm actually kind of honored. I think we should all feel a little honored about that. But as far as Carmona,
Bobby Bones checked our stats.
As far as Carmona, if you want to play that clip, don't you have that on you've got that, right? The clip of Carmona.
I have multiple clips.
Let's play the one.
Mute us and I'll have to unmute us, but yeah, let's play the first one. So it's okay. Bad, dude. Like that's
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He shouldn't have done that. Okay.
Yeah. No, that was stupid.
And that
if you're gonna be a cheater or like you're gonna be dirty, be good at it because that was not good, like at all.
Yeah.
If you look at the beginning of that clip, it really looks like Carmona is just trying to get that pile to unpile off the top of his boy.
Did he look
it looks
down?
to me.
I need to look back at it one time.
He's looking on top of a Razorback, and I think he's really, should have done it. It was stupid. I don't think there was. I don't know. I don't want to. There probably was malice.
I'm slowing it down. I want to see this.
It's not like he raised his leg up and stomped on it, hoping to break his ankle.
No, but he definitely applied.
He definitely
pressure.
pushed down on it to be
he definitely pushed. He definitely pushed down. I agree with you guys 100%. And I've said to Travis, like, I think, I'm going to tell you personally, I think Carmona does a lot of dirty stuff, but I think he does it out in the open, which is kind of dumb. Because, look, dirty stuff happens. You get in those piles, fingers get stuck in eyes. All of us have played football at some point. Fingers get stuck in eyes and mouths and noses, and people get grabbed in places you don't want to get grabbed. That stuff happens, but you don't see it on camera. But Carmona does stuff like step on an ankle when there's nothing hiding it, or he hit that guy at the sidelines and just body checked him into the sidelines earlier in the game.
Too.
But that was soft though. It was he shouldn't have done it, but that was soft. That was a soft flag. I'm sorry.
But it's not my point. My point is he chooses to do the dirty stuff when it's right out in the open. Like you're not doing the dirty stuff people are doing hidden in the scrum. You're doing the dirty stuff out in the open like an idiot.
He didn't exactly have a Myles Garrett moment here. Let's call it what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
He didn't grab him, dude. He stepped on his ankle. Okay, yes, it was trashy. It was terrible. But the shit happens when you're mad in a game. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, you get kind of caught up in it. I mean, like,
that's all I meant with my tweet. And I honestly, I just wish I wouldn't have sent the damn thing because of how I wanted it to die off as soon as people started being like pain in the ass on it. And then it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I was like, oh, God. And the Texas Tech fans are in there. Understandably so, but I'm not even mad at the Texas Tech fans being in there because if that shit would have happened to us, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, we'd have been lighting them up.
Oh, yeah, we'd be mad. Yeah.
Not
if the
even
shoe was
mad.
on the other foot.
Yeah. So it's easy to see. Or it's easy, to get in their shoes because a lot of that stuff's happened to the Hogs. Let's be real here.
I will say, if you go down your replies on that tweet, our boy John Haas, oh my God. I mean, oh
Johnny
my
boy.
God.
Johnny
And that's
boy.
my boy. And I'm like, I don't even know where to. John's a big boy. He can handle himself. I'm sure he fired back. I haven't actually gone back to look again. But man, and some of it, I've never understood like taking shots at the way people look or whatever. That's too far, bro. Like that's too far. But
Yeah.
there were some other replies where I was like, oh damn, he got cooked. Like, holy
Dude,
shit.
if I'm John Haas and he goes off the way he goes off, my profile picture is going to be an egg. You know what I'm saying? They're looking for fuel, dude. Anything they can find. Like, look, the only reason trust me, Dank Broyles used to be a burner, boys. Let me tell you, that was my burner account, and I would just used to roast everybody until I started getting some traction. Go ahead.
Yeah. To Eagles' point, TTU fans are disgusting, though. Mike, the things I have seen Hog fans tweet listen, behind the scenes, you guys know me, all right? There's stuff that would make me like, whoa. So it's not exclusive to Texas Tech fans.
Yeah.
Fans are fanatics, man, and especially when they get really what's the term? Not caveman, but yeah. Well, yeah, there's that. But listen, I've had Hog fans take just some ugly shots at me and make fun of. I mean, it's bad.
It's the internet, dude. It's a safeguard. They know they don't ever got to see you.
Yeah.
Dude, I know Ty. All right, you're a big friggin' dude, bro. Like you're tall, dude. You're like.
Just say it. I'm fat. Just say it.
No, I said
you're
you're
like
tall. Dude, I'm saying if you walked up to a bar and slapped my girl on the ass, I'd be like, shit, I don't want to fight this guy. You know what I mean? You're an intimidating. You're a big dude, bro. And you're not just wide. Like, you're tall, bro. You're a big dude. They just see your head. I know you. You know what I mean?
I've only been threatened twice on social media by Hog fans who said they wanted to meet up with me and I mean it was Alabama week and they were like, we'll see you at gate whatever, and I was like, okay. I was there. They never showed up because I was working for Hogville. I bet they showed up
and they were
time.
like, shit.
Yeah, that's the problem. If I ever piss a Hog fan off enough, and obviously they know what I look like, I don't know what they look like, I'm going to catch some stray just out of nowhere, popped right in the side of the face. I'm screwed. But I don't really care. I'm going to always say what I say. But no,
Ty's having his Tony Stark moment. He's like, Mandarin, here's my address. Come get me. And then you got helicopters sitting outside your house.
No, I ain't doing that.
Hey, man,
listen, there are plenty of Hog fans that are far bigger, better, stronger, faster. I'm fat and slow and old, man. I mean,
I'm old as hell.
But
I'll shoot you. I'm old. I ain't fighting you, dog.
Yeah, if you want to break into my house, good luck. That's all I'm going to say to you. Fernando Carmona did apologize, by the way.
He did.
I'd like to apologize.
Go ahead.
I was just going to read his tweet. He said, I'd like to apologize for my actions last Friday night in the Liberty Bowl. I let my emotions get away from me. I have nothing but respect for Texas Tech in the game of football. I apologize to my team and coaches, and I'm not that kind of player and will learn from this. I was talking to my dad, good old Arky 56, shout out. He thinks that Sam Pittman's going to have either Sam himself is going to call, the Texas Tech front office, whatever, get a hold of their athletic department. their AD and the head coach and either apologize that way or have Fernando actually call him and apologize and say, Dad, this isn't 1975. Like,
Yeah.
I don't see that happening, but I could see, Pittman coming out and talking about it, maybe around spring camp time, maybe.
You know what would have been hilarious? If Fernando would have commented on the tweet that blew up. It's just been like, my bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry,
My
bro.
bad.
It got real. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It got real, like when you try to take our players' knees out, stuff like that.
Yeah. Tennessee.
I got that clip too. You want to see it?
Yeah, let's see it.
No, I got the clip of this. That guy who was making all the stink of everything, taking low shots. Listen, now I don't think this is dirty per se because it's football, bro. Because I'm not a fucking baby, but let's see.
Okay, that is a football move, but it was a little extra.
That's football, but that's out of bounds. Now that one's not the one I have a problem with. This one right here.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the green.
Oh, look at that angle. That's bad, buddy. What are we doing here? You trying to put a helmet to a kneecap? But we ain't complaining.
Sure.
It's okay.
Sure looks like it.
It's a little different
remember.
though because that's during a play.
That's fair.
Right?
That's completely fair.
That's during a play. I mean, especially with the way these rules are now, you have to tackle players a certain way.
But rules are not. I mean, let's make it clear for everybody on Twitter. What Fernando did was dirty. I'm aware. I get it. It was shitty.
It was not.
And it was after
It was
the
not
play.
good.
He should have done it 10 seconds earlier. I'm just playing. No, that's terrible. And it is shitty, but there's no place for that. But
Did you see? So
God,
to Tim's point, there's a video that Barstool Ole Miss is playing that shows Carmona.
The
I think
arm?
it's Carmona rolling on the Ole Miss
trying to rip
defender's
the
arm.
ball out.
I thought he was trying to rip the ball out.
Everybody and their mom was
yeah.
like, "Oh my God, look how dirty he is." Not, bro. Come on. The thing he did against Texas Tech was dirty, but let's be real. I can't believe Ole Miss even got up off laying on their back faking an injury long enough to post that tweet.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
Just saying.
So, what, if any, kind of punishment should Carmona receive?
It'll be in-house. It'll be Sam going, number one, you're a dumbass. Number two, run the bleachers. Something like that. Like, he's not going to be mad, I don't think. This is my thoughts. I don't think he's going to be mad at, like, the aggression. But I think he's going to be like, dude, you didn't do that the right way. Yep. You know what I mean? There's definitely other ways. If you're pissed, there's other ways to handle that for sure. Pancake a guy. And then jump up and land on him again. Nobody's going to say anything. There's been many a games that's happened to me when I was younger. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm just like, get that. You know what I mean?
I love those. I love it when there's like a dog pile, right? Like the play is basically over, the whistle's blown, and then you just see homie out of nowhere lands on top of the dog pile.
Dude,
like do something like that. They don't ever seem to throw a flag.
If you've
on that,
never been under those piles, you will find levels of darkness you did not know existed, brother.
I'm seeing.
Yeah, for sure.
I am seeing some, and I don't want to say this like women shouldn't play the game of football. I'm not implying that, but I have seen some.
Here's the cancellation. Let's go.
Yeah, right here. No. But I'm seeing
Between
people.
Travis's F-bombs.
I don't expect that these people would know. And again, I'm talking about some of the. I think it was a girl. It might not have been. It looked like a girl picture tweeting about that being whatever. And then I wanted to be like, okay, but this does happen like a lot. You may not know that because you've never been in that. That's all I'm saying. You've probably never been in that situation is what I'm implying. And maybe they have. Maybe I shouldn't judge a book
I kid you not, dude. If that play, when he stepped on someone's ankle, if they would have been on the line of scrimmage or somewhere right whenever the play was over and it happened, nobody would have ever seen anything, and it wouldn't have been that big a deal. Now, if he would have tweeted it, obviously, you know what I'm saying. But Megan's on you, dog. Megan said, obviously, you've never seen women's rugby because the scrums be nasty. Rugby is dope. You ever watched a rugby game?
Yeah, but rugby's not big. Rugby's not big in the South.
But rugby's awesome.
I mean, it's not. Not saying it's not. I'm just saying when you.
No, it's not. Yeah,
when you're talking about people being able to speak to it, that's not.
Megan, is rugby big in Canada?
I know what is big in
just
Canada,
curious.
and I love watching it, is curling.
Hockey? Curling?
Curling, dude. I love watching curling in the Winter Olympics. I love it. I'm here for it. You ever play the game? Have you ever done it like a shuffleboard, whatever, and you have the little puck and you slide it in? I love that, dude. I want one in here. I'm pretty good. I'm okay. But yeah, I'm sure. Awesome. Again, not trying to be sexist here, okay? I guess cancel me, but I'm just saying some of the people that are commenting on this, I highly doubt they're either just being giant beta males, or they're people who've never been in that situation. And not that everyone has. I certainly have been. And yeah, you talk about getting flicked in the balls. Yep, that happened. Springdale.
Oh, go ahead.
Knee, straight up knee. What are you talking about?
I got something to say after that. Somebody said
I got flicked. That seems a little more like
flicked
personal.
in the balls. What about pinch
flicked
and twist?
in the nuts?
How?
To be fair, that was a scrimmage. That was a scrimmage situation at Ramey Jr.
I don't know if somebody was trolling on. I made this sweet ass graphic. We're gonna use it since we're talking about it.
Fire it up.
I don't know if. Man, I forgot what I was saying. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I remember. Sorry. I don't know if this is true or not, or if somebody on Twitter was just trolling, but somebody said one of the players was like grabbing Braylon's junk. I don't know how true that is, but I'm just, I guess the what the other side, let's flip side of the coin here. Boy, it'd be nice to know Carmona's actual point of view on this and what happened before, because I feel like there was more to it. You're not just going to stomp a dude's ankle. If you are, man, you're dirty as hell.
Hey, but listen, he's got pin and pull.
I know, but do you think he'll go into it? Because I don't.
If the team, they may not let him.
I think he's going to forget this ever happened kind of thing. Because these Red Raiders fans are pissed. You know what I mean? And they're trying to not let this thing die.
Oh, they're more upset because.
Oh, I mean, what do they think is going to really happen? He said he was sorry. Do you think he's going to get kicked off the team? He's not going to get kicked off the team.
Dude,
we're not going to let him go play on the offensive line of. I mean, we're not going to let him go play on the offensive line of anybody else.
Yeah,
the guy's ankle
pull his
wasn't set
and lock him up. Everyone's saying it's assault. What?
His foot wasn't severed. He got up and played the next play. It was dirty play. Dirty play happens. There are a lot of players who have been named dirty. I brought this up in our group chat to Travis. Like Rodney Harrison was a dirty safety for the Patriots, and he was known for being dirty, and that's why you don't hear about him being one of the greatest safeties of all time, because he was dirty, and people hated that he was dirty, but it wasn't the end of his career over it, and that's not going to end Carmona's career. So,
and Ndamukong Suh is the most famous dirty player.
Yeah, he's dirty as can be, and he was
stomping on people's stomachs, bro. But I'm gonna tell you, if Texas Tech had won this shit, we'd have never heard about it, ever.
No, never.
I've seen some Texas Tech guy going off fan fanatic for sure. I was like, if that wouldn't have happened, we'd have won by 40. Yeah. Oh my God. You think so, dude? No, I'm not vibing with you on that one.
Let me read
that. That's not gonna fix your busted ass offense, sir.
Megan says people react badly to these things now because there's enough cameras to spot all the subtle after play violence. Plus, we no longer accept bullying. So that is a on the nose comment.
That's pretty good
there from Megan. That's good. Yeah, that's a good.
Shout out Megan, killing it.
I don't disagree
Mr.
with that.
DC 33 said they want something to happen. You guys can't stand what? I'm trying to read this. They want something to happen. You guys, this can't stand. Oh, I get it. We got to get him out now. No, absolutely. Yeah. Go to prison, bro. Like, guys, stop it. They're not going to pull his scholarship. Worst case scenario, Pittman's going to be like, dude, that was dumb. And he's going to be like,
yeah, it's like, you said,
I should probably send a tweet out. And that's exactly what
it's going to be. Yeah.
This is a teachable moment for Carmona. Yep. I mean, that's really all it is.
I think he could play. You know what? I think he could play on Sundays. I really do. I'm not saying he's going to be like a draft pick, like a high pick, but I think Carmona has a pretty good ceiling. To come in his first year out of San Jose State to make third-team All-SEC. By the way, his PFF grade, pretty solid. Had a really good game against Texas Tech, too. We'll see what he does next year. If he could stay on the field, he's going to have a little bit more competition. But I think he could. And when I say play on Sundays, I mean like maybe he could make a roster. I don't mean
dude. And I don't know how many of his podcasts you guys have watched, but he does seem like he has pretty good character to him. I only read people for a living. That's kind of my job. And like the vibe that you get from him, just like he just doesn't seem like just a terrible trash guy. Seems like he gets heated up for sure, like we all do who have played football. But I don't think he's going out there with a shank. You know what I mean?
Listen. I don't want to be that guy that's like, oh, 25 years ago I was this and that when I played high school ball. I don't want to be that guy. But I will say I got heated. Multiple times, heated, angry. Guy in front of me beat me. Got to my quarterback, made some comment on the way back to his huddle. You know, back in the day when they actually did that, when they actually huddled. I mean, I got so mad that I've got my quarterback just be like, "Hey, it's okay, it's cool," and then you got your offensive line coach on the sidelines just screaming at you because he saw it. You know, and just get so mad. I can't imagine playing at that level in college, playing in the SEC, playing in a bowl game that has some meaning because you win this, you got a winning season. Lose it, you've got a losing season. You're going into spring camp with that hanging over your head. I can't imagine how angry and just how like caught up in the moment. You know, you're a little bit exposed there, and he let it happen to him a couple of times. I think again. I know we're about to move on from this, but I think this will blow over, and I really don't think we won't even talk about this again once spring camp comes around. It's going to be done. So
it'll be
take
done.
your licks in while you can if you're Carmona, and just move on. You'll be fine.
I don't think we're talking about this once basketball starts rolling around really heavy.
That's fair.
Once SEC basketball's going, we won't give a crap about this anymore.
Yay, it's here. One more
I literally DM'd Carmona. I was like, "Hey man, we're gonna get into this tomorrow." I swear to God, I was like, "We're gonna get into this tomorrow, man. You want to come on and clear this bullshit up? I got you." And then like, that was before it went completely viral. And then I waited a little while. And about midnight last night, I messaged him again, and I was like, "Yeah, never mind, man. You should probably just lay low." Like, you should probably just like not say anything except maybe a tweet, because this shit's getting big. Le'Veon Bell tweeted this out, which he's irrelevant now, obviously, but back in the day, Le'Veon Bell was the man, dude.
Yeah, he was.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have. There's another guy, I can't remember his name, Ocho or something, but Booger McFarland did it earlier, and this is like, dude, it would be really
tweeted
cool.
about it?
Booger tweeted about it. Like, it'd be super cool if you would have like reached out to the guy first and be like, "Hey man, what the hell is actually going on here?" Instead of them just going, "That's disgusting. He should never play again." Like, oh, because
Booger McFarland never did anything.
You were fucking playing, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you played at LSU, bro. Come on. Enough said. I'll wait, sir.
It ain't called the Dirty South for nothing.
Yeah, man, for real.
Hey, if for those of you listening, watching on Twitter, make sure you retweet. You know, I don't know, put a like in, follow Travis, follow SEC Unleashed Twitter. Come
Tag
over
Bobby
to YouTube.
Bones. Tell him to rewind it.
Tell him to come back. Tell him, hey, we tried to get him on too, and he didn't respond. Which I
would love to have a debate. We can debate.
I just want to watch. I put the Michael Jackson popcorn meme up there for Travis versus Bobby.
I don't know what there'd be to argue, because I think they would both meet in the middle. Really, is what would happen.
Well,
I don't think.
I want to see.
We're saying the same thing. We're just saying it different ways.
I want to see Bobby challenge Travis to a Jake Paul amateur boxing match.
Hey man, if you want some of that.
He doesn't. Your arm's the size of his whole body. Come on.
I'll get I ain't trying to beat up Buddy Holly, bro. It's fine. It's all good. Moving on. You know what? Let's talk about these. Let's talk about these playoffs. I'm done with it. I'm going to the playoffs. Okay. We got some interesting games. What did it start? Tuesday.
Actually,
Tuesday.
I think so.
I'm using my phone as my camera, unfortunately, but I can't look it up. I want to say
Tuesday is Penn State, Boise State.
Yeah. We got some. We're getting to the better games now. Oregon, Ohio State, Texas, maybe Texas, Arizona State.
What a cakewalk to the.
Okay,
God.
there's 2 good games.
There's 2 good games. It's Ohio State and Oregon and Notre Dame, Georgia. Those are going to be decent games. That's it. There's not another good game in there.
What if Boise beats Penn State though? Because I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. That would be intriguing. You think so?
Well,
I don't know.
Franklin, they harped on him because of his inability to win those ranked games, and he does it, but he does it against SMU, who I think you could make the argument, why the hell are they in the playoffs? The same way you can for Clemson, despite the automatic qualifier.
I should have BYU in these playoffs, man.
The ACC just didn't belong in the playoffs. And again, this is what I hate about Texas. This is what I hate
the
about
ACC records
Texas.
in bowl games.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up. The ACC didn't belong in a bowl this year.
Yeah, what's their record? Travis, didn't you say it was like 0 and
let's move
1
to
and
playoffs.
7 or something, 1 and 9.
Let's move to playoffs to after this. Let's go to these conference bowls real quick.
Let's do that.
Okay. The ACC is. Oh, that's the AAC.
I think
I got it right here.
1 and 9.
The 8.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Okay, so
It's
when
not
you're
even
that bad, like here's my thing about the bowl games now. They suck. The opt-outs, the portal have ruined, along with the
I
expansion
don't know,
of the playoffs.
man. These have been some pretty fiery
hold
games.
But hold on. It's worse than 1 and 9. Okay, it's not just that they're 1 and 9. That's bad. But they're 1 and 9, and this is the opponents. Okay, UNLV beat Cal, Texas beat Clemson. We get that. Penn State beat SMU. We get that. Toledo beat Pittsburgh. Vanderbilt beat Georgia Tech.
Really?
I remember when they were choosing who we were going to play. We're all like, we don't want to play Georgia Tech. Vanderbilt beat Georgia Tech.
Vanderbilt different.
UConn. UConn beat North Carolina.
Well, okay.
Iowa State beat Miami. Remember how Miami started the year, and we were all like, "Oh man, Miami's legit. They're going to be in the playoff. Miami's so good." Iowa State, the football powerhouse, Iowa State beat Miami. Eastern Carolina beat NC State. I mean, these are not games that you're proud to lose. Like if we lose to Texas or we lose to Georgia, that's a proud loss. Like we were supposed to lose a game. You're not proud of losing to ECU or Iowa State or UConn or Toledo. That's bad. And that's the people that the ACC was losing to. So when I say they didn't belong in a bowl, like they really didn't belong in a bowl.
Yeah.
Did y'all watch the BYU massacre Colorado? Holy shit.
Colorado came back though, right? Didn't they come back?
No.
And make,
No.
15 points. I mean, one of those touchdowns in garbage time.
Dude, I have not had time to watch it. I have been swamped.
Dude, they got
this weekend.
wrecked, bro.
They got wrecked.
It was bad.
That's too bad. So NC State, looking at this really quick, you said they lost to ECU.
Yep.
Damn. They lost their best receiver to Mississippi State.
Chase Sowell from Eastern Carolina, he didn't play in that game. He signed with Iowa State. Chase Sowell. Isaiah. So ECU was without key players too. Listen, it's crazier than ever, and let's not act like the opt-outs and the transfer portal hasn't had an impact, but still,
Sure.
The ACC's been garbage forever. They haven't been relevant in a long time. Yeah, Florida State was great last year, and that all went to hell. But
I would have rather
ACC's
seen
never been
BYU
great.
get in over Clemson, though, man. At this point, holy crap.
Yeah, I think BYU.
That dude is building a pretty good program, not just team, program.
Yeah, doing a good job.
Started with kicking our ass too.
Yeah.
Pain.
Did Shedeur Sanders play for Colorado?
Yep. So did Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
They both played.
They had no excuse to get their ass kicked like that, dude.
Wow. Yeah. See, I didn't get a chance to watch this.
They just, and I'm talking, dude, they got it put on them. There was a garbage time touchdown and one after the half. I think.
I want to say it was 26-0 at one
or maybe
point.
right before half.
Wow. That's
tough
crazy.
sledding up there.
It
in
was
the
a
Big 12.
beatdown. It was a beatdown.
You love
SEC's 4-3. The Independents are killing it.
Yeah,
2-0.
Arkansas won a game they weren't supposed to win when you look at just the pure records, right? When you look at the fact that Texas Tech was
somebody
8-4,
had to make up for Oklahoma losing to Navy.
Yeah, what was that about, man? Come on, dude. Why is
Texas
Oklahoma
A&M losing
so
to USC.
bad? The Texas A&M to USC thing surprised me because I expected A&M to spank them. You know what I mean? I was just like, I woke up and I was just like, what?
Yeah.
I don't remember what I was doing that night. I think I was out kicking it or something. But I literally woke up the next morning and I was like, first off, I forgot they played. Second, who won? Wow. Apparently, Mike Elko went scorched earth in the presser. There's like bitching.
I read the quote. And it. Yeah, he was definitely not super thrilled. He was not happy.
Mr. DC33 said, Navy, laugh out loud. The guys on a boat beat OU. That's fair as shit. They got a little practice field on the concrete.
Wow.
That's tough, bro.
Yeah,
Hold on,
I mean-
I got more stats. I apologize for eating. I've been drinking for a little while, which is why Bobby Bones got what he got. Total points. Wow. ACC's leading in total points, 263 in 10 games, and they lost 8. They lost.
And they
8
lost
of
9
those.
of them.
Holy crap, man! Choke artists. I'm looking for more. We have a lot of stats. This website's actually legit.
What is it?
I don't even know. I had to click into it.
I'll tell
Is
you
it,
what I've got. It's the same one
is it
I've got
action?
open too. It's collegefootballnetwork.com.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Okay, here we go. So here's the actual games. Yeah, that the ACC bowl game. Yeah, well, you guys went over this, right? Clemson lost to Texas.
I
SMU,
read
Penn
those,
State.
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
AAC. Did you guys hear about West Virginia taking Oklahoma's D coordinator? I think it was.
Yes.
Oh, what? To do what?
Same job.
Same job.
Oh, my God.
West Virginia, bro.
I wonder if Brett Venables kind of showed him the door. Because at the end of the day, he is the. I mean, it's going to be.
He probably did, to be honest. Yeah. Let's see.
So what's the Big 12's record?
Kansas State and Rutgers was a crazy game, bro. Rutgers was leading them for a lot of it, and in Kansas, we're Big 12. But yeah, Rutgers led a lot of that game, and then Kansas State came back. I swear to God, I want to say it was from 21 down, and ended up winning the game. And then BYU body bagged Colorado 36-14. Oof.
So the Big 12 is 4-3. Did I see that right?
Let me flip that back up to it.
That's pretty good for them. That's pretty good for them. But again, I just the bowl games just
Big
don't
12's
hold the same
4-3.
weight.
They don't, but boy,
It is interesting.
some teams got critical pieces. Arkansas without Taylor Green, that would have been a terrible game.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just
Well,
like
it's
if
like-
Texas Tech would have had their whole team, that would have been a whole different ball game. I feel.
It would have been. I do. I agree. I think it would have been a far different game. Yeah, they were missing their coordinator, both coordinators, star quarterback, star running
wide
back,
receiver.
whole bunch of snaps off the offensive line were gone. Yeah, and Arkansas was hit hard too, but they had nobody
Arguably
lost.
harder.
Yeah, but I don't know. Something about losing both coordinators
quarterback
is
is
a hell of
something
a shot.
No, that's
and
fair.
quarterback.
I mean, we lost
for sure
we
quarterback.
lost the leading wide receiver in the SEC.
Yeah.
And
We lost
our
coordinator.
top and our
We
top
lost
two
offen-
running backs.
We lost offensive
But I would
coordinator when
weigh
we beat
not having their star back and their star quarterback not on the field and their coordinators gone as probably a little bit heavier losses.
Read the screen. I didn't do that.
What?
Oh, Ed.
All right. Wow.
Wow. Where did that come from?
The comments. I didn't do that.
Well, right, but I mean, it's not on YouTube. I don't see it on YouTube. It's on Twitter.
I don't know. No, it's on YouTube.
Yeah, I can only see part of. I can only see part of the comments.
That's wonderful.
That's funny.
So let's go into these remaining SEC bowls, because there's a few left. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. This game is tomorrow. Do you guys know the depth chart of Missouri? Is Brady Cook playing in this game?
Let me check.
I feel like he is.
Actually.
So Missouri's transfer portal, they lost Mekhi Miller, wide receiver, 337 snaps. Yeah, well, he was already. Luther Burden opted out. Our man Mimbu, right tackle, he's opted out. Chuck Hicks, linebacker, 270 snaps, he's out. Of course, Theo Weiss, I think, is out, right?
Believe so. That's a big loss.
I think he's out. I could be wrong on that. I don't know if this list has been updated since a couple days ago. I'm not seeing anything about Cook. We might need to Google that.
I feel like if Cook's playing, they're probably going to win.
Iowa, Cade McNamara is in the portal. Marco,
is he going to play?
That dude's last name. Marco,
since that's a thing now.
Yeah, I know. Starting corner Jeremiah Harris for Iowa's opted out, and then their running back.
Missouri doesn't have Burden.
Yeah, he's out. Burden's
That's
out.
tough. That's tough.
And their starting right tackle's out as well.
Missouri's?
Mm-hmm.
That might be a little game, too.
I don't know. This
may be the
hard
Arkansas in
game
this scenario. Because they have their starting quarterback, you know what I mean?
I would probably take Missouri in this game.
Yeah, I'd probably take Missouri in this one.
Iowa lost Caleb Johnson. He was a Doak Walker finalist.
Yeah.
The tight end then?
Running back.
Running back. Sorry. What's the tight end award?
It's it's the Mackey.
Mackey. Okay, yeah, screw me up.
Yeah.
They also don't have their starting quarterback.
Iowa doesn't?
No,
Missouri
Cade
by 30.
McNamara is transferring out.
Missouri by 30.
Yeah, the more I look at this, the more I look at this, I would probably put money on Mizzou.
Yeah. Yeah. Trans Perfect Music City Bowl. Is that in Nashville as well? All right,
City.
cool. Not everybody at once.
Well, I wasn't sure.
Yes, it's in Nashville.
Okay.
I wasn't sure who was going to answer. I thought Tim was going to get it.
All right, I think moving on to what I believe
Alabama, Michigan.
Is this Tuesday?
Alabama, Michigan.
Shit's really going to start cranking up from this point.
Alabama, Michigan is Tuesday in Tampa, the ReliaQuest Bowl.
Any info on opt-outs? The wife's calling me. Cool.
A lot.
Bama opt-outs?
What? Oh yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot of Alabama opt-outs and portal, and there is for Michigan as well. This is the king.
This is a third string bowl.
It is. This is going to be difficult to nail down. I don't even know who I would.
It's
Jalen Milroe.
Go ahead.
Milroe, I think, is playing. So that's good for them. Did you – oh, my God. Speaking of Jalen Milroe, Notre Dame, it's being rumored right now. Notre Dame's they're going to look, and they feel like they've got their quarterback out of the portal, and they're just waiting. So I don't know where this was at. It was somewhere on Twitter, and there was an official Notre Dame Twitter profile or X whatever account who – put that out there about them already in the portal and already have an idea of who their quarterback is or who they're going after. And Jalen Milroe's name came up. Could you imagine him playing at Notre Dame next year?
Could you imagine Ty Washington going to Notre Dame? Because I didn't.
I didn't either.
that was a. I wonder if he was a depth You know what I mean? Like kind of a depth recruitment.
He was a pretty good player. I mean, he.
I think he's a great player. I just wonder if he's better than I thought.
I don't know. Guess we're gonna find out when he goes to Notre Dame.
Well, on the Alabama-Michigan thing, Alabama's a almost 12-point favorite. And it's bad when ESPN says the player to watch for Michigan is the kicker, the field goal kicker.
Yeah, because they're hit hard, dude. Michigan is hit hard. Like all their defense, it's insane. I shouldn't say all, but Mason Graham, Josiah Stewart, defensive lineman, another defensive lineman, Kenneth Grant. I'm pretty sure these are guys that had some snaps. Will Johnson at corner. I mean, good Lord. Alabama is hit too. Like let's not overlook that. But this is like Tim said, it's a
lot of
third
wide
string
receivers. Yeah. I still think Bama kicks their ass.
I do too because
like I said, they're a 12-point favorite ish.
In Michigan,
they're what?
Good this year.
11.5-point favorite.
Bama or Michigan?
Bama.
That's intriguing.
Yeah, and again, Michigan. What the hell was their record this year? Was it not pretty bad? I say bad. Like, wasn't it
they beat Ohio State?
Did they?
Their season's probably their season's probably fine. They beat Ohio State. They probably don't care.
Oh, that's right.
They were 7. Yeah. They were 7-5.
That's right. Yeah, 7-5.
Yeah, but they beat Ohio State, so that counts as like 4 wins for them.
And Ohio State and USC were the only meaningful games they won. USC was ranked 11th when they beat them.
Yeah, how'd that turn out? Yeah, they did finish above 500 in conference play. I'll give them that. They won 5, but give me Bama. I mean, it's so difficult with all these opt-outs. It's really hard to know like who's who.
Yeah,
but I would take Bama for sure.
Yep, I'm going
right. They did
Bama.
beat Ohio State.
All right, moving forward. Illinois, South Carolina. I think Rocket's out.
South Carolina's the 11-point favorite, and they have Lenora Sellers playing, so
they'll be fine.
Oh, did Rocket opt out?
I just know he declared for the draft.
I think you could still declare for the draft as long as you don't sign an agent. You could still play in the bowl game.
Do you think he really will though? Because I feel like he won't.
He's not on their opt-out list. Oh wait, hold on.
There you go.
Let me look. Let me double check. South Carolina opt-outs. Oh nope, there he is at the bottom. Yep. Damn. I was kind of hoping to see him play.
Oh, Rocket, yeah. Well, they would have kicked the shit out of Illinois if so.
Yeah, I think they will anyways. I would take Michigan or South Carolina. What was the spread? South Carolina by what?
11.
11. Okay. I'm gonna check my bro throw, dude. I'm gonna go. Did you see I won my first ever sports gamble on bro throw? I'm so excited about that.
What'd you gamble on?
The over under on the Arkansas Texas Tech game, and I went over. I took the over. Won $5, dude. I don't gamble. I mean, I've never been a gambler. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll go to the slots casino, but I mean, like sports betting, I've never done it. And the guy paid me too. The guy that I gambled against, the guy that I laid the bet down with, paid me my $5 Cash App Sunday morning. That was cool.
Gee, sorry guys, I'm distracted.
Okay.
The wife texted me.
So if Sellers is playing, by the way, his backup is out. Robbie Ashford is
he hit the portal. Yeah, Ashford's
it
out.
says he's staying with team for the bowl game though. So I mean, he's going to be there, and he's going to be there, but he's not. I guess he's not going to dress out. I don't know.
He's going to be rooting him on. Good luck, guys. That's the weirdest flex to me. Like, dude, if you're going to quit, just quit. You know what I mean?
Well, I think too, though, like coaches want them to do that. They want their teammates there. I mean, I understand it. I get it, but at the same time, like, yeah, go get ready for the combine, man. Go do your thing. Jeez. I mean, I'd rather them play, but I also understand why they don't. But, it's just like Texas Tech's running back did the same thing.
Right.
He
yeah,
did
exactly.
He did the exact same thing. He traveled with the team, but just didn't dress out, didn't play.
BYU, LSU.
Baylor, not BYU.
Well, I can't read. Baylor. I've been drinking for like 4 hours. Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
LSU has Nussmeier playing in the bowl. He said he's gonna play while he decides if he's gonna return to LSU or enter the draft. He's thrown for 3,739 yards, 26 touchdowns with 11 picks. So, but LSU is only a 2-point favorite.
Yeah, they got crushed in the portal.
Harold Perkins is coming back to LSU.
I think that's right.
No, is he really?
Yep, he announced it.
I did not. I must have missed that. Wow. Okay.
It didn't get super publicized, but I saw it and I was like, crap.
He's not been good for the last 2 years. He's not been good.
Yeah, well, he's
he's
good
like
against
this-
Arkansas.
Well, yeah, but he's a freak athlete. I mean, I don't know. Just doesn't have the tape, I guess. I'd love him to be in a Razorback jersey, but it looks like it's not going to happen.
Yeah, no, I was hoping he would enter the transfer portal. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
So Baylor, looking at that game, Baylor and LSU really quick. They don't have safety Corey Gordon, who has 376 snaps. He's in the portal. Trey Wilson, another guy with a lot of snaps, he's committed to SMU, so he's not playing. Offensive lineman Alvin Ebelosi. No, hold on. Sorry, that's the old letters are flipping on me here. Alvin Ebosel. I can't pronounce it.
I gotta kill my camera for just a second, guys. But I'm still.
Kyan Roberts is also in the portal, and then backup quarterback DeQuan Finn is in the portal. LSU, though, oh my God. The potential opt-out list is a mile long. I don't know if all these guys have opted out. And then their actual transfer portal
It's huge
players. Yeah, C.J. Daniels went to Miami. Starting safety Sage Ryan went to Ole Miss. It's crazy.
Did Ole Miss keep anybody? Because it seems like the entire team is filled with transfers from other SEC schools that they allegedly tampered with.
They don't have, as far as I could tell, Ole Miss hasn't had a lot hit the portal yet. Now again, this could be out of date, and I'm not looking at their actual portal page. I'm looking at this is actionnetwork.com. They have they're supposed to be updating this like every couple of days, their actual opt-out list for each bowl game. It does say Christopher Paul has opted out for Ole Miss.
Yeah, he's going in the draft.
Yeah. They have they've got 2 starters in the portal, and then 3 other guys that are in there as well. Oh, Walker Howard committed to Louisiana. I didn't know that.
Walker Howard?
He was their 3rd-string quarterback.
I think Walker White actually went to Baylor as well.
Well, yeah, he did. Yeah, I would still take Ole Miss in that. Is Jackson Dart playing in this thing?
Yes, he is.
I don't see him as a.
Yeah, but he declared for the draft though, right?
Who's that? Yeah, he declared for the draft, but he sorry, I'm very distracted. My daughter is on my shit list right now. He declared for the draft. Anyway, so cool story, guys. I have to go.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
You guys can keep it rolling. Unfortunately, I got stuff I got to handle. So that's super cool.
Okay.
That's all right.
Anyway,
I mean, stuff happens.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, cool. Just yep.
All right.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna make a phone call. Y'all keep rolling, but let's get on these playoffs real quick. How about that?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, on that note, Georgia Notre Dame, Ty.
Give me Georgia.
I'm actually looking at the ESPN matchup predictor,
Yeah.
And they are picking Notre Dame 54% to Georgia's 45.9.
Ooh.
The betting odds are Georgia by 1.5. The spread is 1.5.
Okay.
So they're expecting a relatively close game here.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a look at Notre Dame's schedule real quick.
They have that one just kind of strange loss. Other than that, Notre Dame's been
Yeah,
been
they
really good.
lost to Northern Illinois. They beat 4 ranked teams that were ranked at some point during the season, including Navy that beat OU.
Yeah.
And they beat USC that beat Texas A&M. They also beat Texas A&M. So
Yeah, and that was
wow.
was that not at was that at College Station? I feel like it was.
At College Station, they beat them by 10.
Yeah, that's right. They went into Kyle Field and won. Yeah. Yeah, Notre Dame's an interesting game. I don't know. I would mark that up as like a tier 1 win. If you can go into College Station and you remember A&M was playing really good. Of course that was the first game of the year, but A&M did play really well at the beginning of the season. 23-13 was the final in that game, and it was a slow kind of defensive bout, and Notre Dame held their own. But the only issue I have with Notre Dame, they don't have that week-to-week grind, impressive, like 2 straight back-to-back really damn good wins outside of maybe like Louisville. Well, I mean, they played Stanford the next week.
I mean, that's kind of fair, but at the same time, when you take a look at Georgia's schedule, they don't have 2 back-to-back wins either. Not back-to-back, like, dangerous team wins, because they got Clemson, but then they got Tennessee Tech.
Yeah.
They got Texas, but then they got Florida, who wasn't strong this year. They got Tennessee, but then they got UMass. I mean, they never put together 2 back-to-back tough games. They did have Georgia Tech that played them tough, an 8 overtime win, and they followed that up by beating Texas in overtime. So I guess there's that. But when you look at Georgia Tech, just got beat by Vanderbilt, and so then it kind of takes away the shine from that Georgia Tech win a little bit. But that's probably the only time this season that they had back-to-back quality wins.
And they did lose, like Georgia did lose to Alabama on the road, and they lost to Ole Miss on the road.
Yep.
But, beating Texas twice, I'm going to take that over whatever, and then beating Tennessee, who was, top 10 team, clearly, they were at least a playoff contender at the very least. Didn't really work out for them, but I would say Georgia's schedule's tougher, but I agree. They don't have those, like – that's something I always look for when I look at bowl matchups, like, what's their grind look like, for 2-3 consecutive weeks? Do they have those wins? Did they prove it? But overall, though, there's no doubt Georgia's schedule's pretty damn tough. You'd like to have seen them maybe beat Ole Miss, but didn't happen. But
I do think that winning back-to-back overtime games and then going into this game with it expected to be close, a 1.5 point spread, that probably speaks well for Georgia. Notre Dame never really had that kind of struggle. So
and they're cursed against the SEC too.
That's fair. That's very fair. So I would probably lean toward Georgia in this one personally.
Yeah. I would too. I think it's going to be a good game, though. I really do.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, a part of me wants to see – I don't like Notre Dame at all. I don't like Notre Dame. But I would kind of like to see – a part of me wants to see Notre Dame win this because I'm tired of Georgia always being there, Tired of it. I want to see somebody else. But then it's like, yeah, but it's still Notre Dame, They both.
Yeah, here's the thing. They've got the minus Notre Dame. Georgia's got the easiest road into the championship. I can tell you what I don't want to see. I don't want to see Georgia Texas round 3.
Yeah.
I don't really want to see Georgia Texas round 3. I would love to see the SEC in the championship. I feel like Texas' next game is a blow-off. Arizona State's not even going to be in the game by halftime. And I probably won't even waste the time watching it. But Georgia Notre Dame I'll watch. I feel like that's going to be a good game. What I don't want to see is Texas versus Georgia in the championship. Yeah. That's something we've seen. Something we've seen twice this season already. Twice is enough.
Did we already pick? We already picked Penn State, Boise State, right? Who have we not picked?
I don't think we did, but I think Boise State doesn't belong. I think Penn State handles that one. They're an 11.5-point favorite.
Yeah, give me Penn State in that one. Okay,
Same,
so that's
same.
we both like Notre Dame. We both like Penn State.
We both like Texas. Texas is 12.5-point favorite over Arizona State.
Yeah.
Arizona State is another one that doesn't belong, in my opinion.
They don't belong. I agree. They do not belong.
So
That leaves
what I think. Go ahead.
I was going to say, they just didn't get this right. I don't think they got the playoffs right. I don't think they got the right.
Did you see?
They got teams that. Go ahead.
Did you see James Franklin's call for fixing the playoffs?
I did not.
He said that they should make Nick Saban the commissioner of NCAA football.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that
Big
was
Ten
interesting.
fans would love that.
I think Alabama fans would love that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Alabama, they're guaranteed to be in the top 12 every time. So.
Yeah. Oregon, Ohio State.
Yeah, I think this is the biggest game of this round of the playoffs. They've already played each other once this season as well.
Yeah, they did.
They did, and Oregon won 32-31. Great game.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's hard to beat someone twice in the same season. Obviously, Georgia did it to Texas, but that second time Georgia-Texas played, it went into overtime.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to
you had a
do it
backup
twice.
quarterback.
You know what's coming the second time around for sure. So, Ohio State versus Oregon. I hate to say it, because the way you feel about Notre Dame is the way I feel about Ohio State. I think they get into the playoffs. Even when it was BCS, they got in and they got dominated so many times and they never belonged. And I think they have gotten credit where credit wasn't due for so long that I hate to say that I think OSU takes down Oregon the second time. The second round playing them this year. But I do. I kind of think that they will have Oregon's number, because it really is hard to win twice against the same team, and especially when you're that well matched.
Oregon's a tricky duck, no pun intended. They're, Dylan Gabriel, hell of a player. 3,500 yards throwing. He could run too. The guy's got almost 200 yards rushing. 28 touchdowns, 6 picks. I was trying to look. I don't think there shouldn't be any opt-outs in this game. There shouldn't be.
I wouldn't think so.
I'm trying to look. There usually is not in the playoff games, but yeah, this is I'm with you on this. This is a tough. It's supposed to be the best game. This could end up being one of the better games of the entire playoffs, maybe. It's a tough one to pick. I'm with you. I think Ohio State. First off, they have, like, these are players that kind of expect to be in this situation. You've got guys that, there's no doubt Ohio State's just riddled with all kinds of talent, as is Oregon. But I don't know. It's just that familiar feeling of Ohio State, and I don't know. It feels like a safe thing to say, Ohio State, because of who they are, because of the brand name. And yet, they got a couple of confusing losses. Well, one at least against Michigan, but other than that, like they've played. They beat Penn State. They took care of Iowa easily, 35-7. You remember Nebraska was surging there for a little while in the Big Ten, and Ohio State beat them 21-17. A lot of close games. Again, Tim, it's the same theme. I don't see a tough grind to get to the playoffs for them. It like really.
Yeah. But I'm with you, but look at Oregon, and that's a Big Ten problem, really. If you look at Oregon's schedule, there's not one really either. There's not a tough 2-game stretch in there. They always had somebody to kind of balance we had a big win, and then we have Purdue. And then we have a big win, and then we have Michigan. So there was never a back-to-back stretch of just, I guess Michigan at the Big House after Illinois might have been a 2-game tough stretch for Oregon, but Michigan wasn't what they have been. So
no.
That is a problem for the Big Ten, is that there's not a tough grind back-to-back stretch of teams for Ohio State or for Oregon. But Oregon won out.
Yeah.
But like I said, they also played Ohio State, and they won by 1. It was close to begin with. It's just really hard to do that twice. That's like Alabama and Georgia splitting games.
Yeah. This is what's strange about this year is like no one really had the stretch of tough games. SEC is tough. Don't get me wrong. We know that, right? The SEC itself is just tough. But like there wasn't that somewhere in that 3 to 4 game stretch where you had to play like Georgia, Tennessee, Texas, right? Or
right.
Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama, even though Alabama was just 9-3. And yeah, you can make the argument, well, how good was the SEC really? And I'm with you on that too. I do think the SEC is taking a little bit of a step back, and that's because of the portal. It's 100% of the portal. You don't have third stringers that are like freaking former 5-stars now that are fine being backups. Now they're moving on to the next thing, and you're not as deep as you once were if you're a Texas. Well, I'm sorry, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee. Well, and again, Tennessee doesn't really belong in that conversation either. But at least for the big dogs of the SEC, the LSU's and the Alabamas and so on, and A&M even though it's weird to say that about them. They went 5-3 in conference, 8-5 overall, but they don't have that same kind of that quality depth. They don't have it, and they're eating themselves up. I would still take the SEC. I would take some of the mediocre SEC teams in this playoff bracket, like over Boise State. Are you kidding me?
Right?
Yeah, for sure. Right? No, like who in the top 7 in the SEC in a playoff setting couldn't beat Indiana or Boise State
for real?
So
no, I 100% agree with you on that.
It's gonna be interesting to see how all this plays out. I don't know who wins this whole damn thing. I really don't. Texas seems to have an easy path until they have to play either Ohio State or Oregon. And even there, I don't know. It's a different world when you're in the playoffs. It's a completely different setting. So,
yeah, I agree. Like I said, I'm going to pick Ohio State to win this. They're a 2.5-point favorite to win this. I think it'll be close. I do think it'll be the best game of the playoff. So, it definitely will get more intriguing the next round.
For sure.
Well, not for Georgia, but not for Georgia, but for everybody else.
Unbiased Brim. I don't know if he's caught up live with us, but he's making comments about Bobby Bones. Bobby Bones acts as he's better than most, and I don't like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nudie let the cat out of the bag on Sam.
The thing, I'm going to say one last thing about Bobby Bones. The thing is, Travis wasn't directing his initial original comment at Bobby Bones. It was just a comment. And Bobby chose to come at Travis. It was just a comment. And Bobby chose to come at Travis. Comment there. That was unprofessional. Across the board, that was unprofessional. But then he went further. Instead of just attacking Travis and attacked this podcast for no reason. We hadn't said anything about it. We kind of joked at him and made fun of him to start this podcast, but he earned that. And at the end of the day, he is a very successful radio host. He earned a little picking on because he stepped in something he shouldn't have stepped in. But no hate to Bobby Bones here other than then why, Bobby? Like, why? We're little. We know it. We don't care. So
yeah,
that's all.
We're 8 episodes in. We're 8 episodes in, and we also don't have. I know he really likes. He likes John Neighbors a lot.
Yeah, he does.
And that's fair. I don't know John Neighbors. I've never even talked to the guy. Saw him at practice at spring camp, but that was it. Never talked to him. Seems like a nice guy. I don't know.
I've watched a few of his things. That he's not unentertaining. I've watched him.
But I think to take a shot at someone, like, we don't have a real built-in audience. You know, Neighbors is a guy who's been on the radio. People know who he is. You know, he's been around. He was up here in Northwest Arkansas. He's down in Little Rock. Now he's doing his own thing. You know, it's nice to have that kind of, you know, and he earned that, by the way. He earned the built-in audience that he has, just like Trey Biddy and guys like that. Like, they earned it, you know. But we're not that, you know. None of us are.
Yeah.
Maybe I have a little corner of the Razorback media space, but it's not as big as some of these other big, you know, Arkansas folks. It's just not, you know, and I'm working hard to build that, and I want us to work on that here. I want us to build something special. But we're 8 episodes in. Like, you know, let's see where we're at by episode, I don't know, 100. God willing, if we get there, let's see where we're at by then. Then maybe we could talk.
For sure.
You know?
For sure.
So, Dwight McGlothern, did you see this? I see what Brim's talking about.
I didn't.
Now. So, Dwight McGlothern just tweeted this out, and I can't share the screen, but yeah, at Nudie McGlothern, 10 minutes ago. I love the Razorbacks, but I don't respect a man who tell lies for fun, then talk down on you and scared to approach you when he talked bad about you behind your back.
No
Okay.
idea.
Listen, this is my only issue when you're talking about a guy that's not, you know, he's no longer on the team. He's a former player, and sometimes you kind of have to take what they say with a grain of salt. However, this could be, you know, it could be legit. So obviously he's implying that Sam apparently was talking bad about someone on the team behind their back, and then they were approached, or they approached Sam, and I guess the opposite happened. Like, it kind of played it off like it never happened, I'm assuming. So Dwight McGlothern is obviously talking about Sam here. I'm assuming. It's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really clear, to be honest. So
yeah, I mean people are asking him. We just throwing random shots.
Well, like, if you feel the need to speak out on it, and you're calling out someone for not being direct, then you need to be direct. Otherwise, everybody's throwing indirect shots and it gets lost. You have no idea who's talking about who and what's being referenced. It doesn't make any sense. Like, if you're gonna call out someone for being indirect, then do it directly. Otherwise, what are we doing here?
Yeah, exactly. So he went on to say, so there's more here. Man,
okay,
let's
hear it.
Kaz, someone on Twitter, there's just the long thread here. I'd have to tag y'all. But someone by the name of Randy Austin brought up, my question is, why would a talent like that, and they're talking about Desmond James, who it was on a tweet by Real Analytics that showed the video of him, of Desmond running the 22.3 miles an hour on that long catch. So someone asked, why would someone like that ride on the bench? So anyways, Dwight McGlothern responds, and he says, he benched me after I didn't play the Bama game because I had a concussion, and told him days before the game and didn't tell my trainers and had me warm up. I told him I couldn't go, and after that he tried to make it seem like I got my spot took. He didn't speak to me anymore. And then he goes on to say he talked behind my back to scouts and my teammates, and I always been the humble one, but why I learned from Sam is he knows how to tell a good lie.
I mean, that's an awful story to hear. I can't really Can't really judge. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what Sam was saying. I'm not saying that he's lying. I'm not saying anything. That's a terrible thing to hear from a former player, though.
It is, and there's always two sides to this to every story. But
right,
yeah, interesting.
It is interesting.
I was trying to see if there was anything else. Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. We'll have to cover this more tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, I've got Mason Choate coming on
nice.
Tuss Talk. Yeah, we'll have him on again. We're going to talk a little. We're going to get caught up. I'm going to get his opinions on this class. See what he thinks about. See what he thinks about it. See where his thoughts are on the portal class is what I mean. So we'll get caught up on all that. Oh, so all right. Well, is Travis still gone? I guess he is, isn't he?
Yeah, it's gonna make it hard to talk about SEC basketball with our slides, our screens not showing stuff. Man, I hate that this went the way that this went. It's been kind of a weird day. Have you noticed?
Yeah, it has. Been a very
Just
weird day.
all around, it's been kind of a weird day.
Couldn't get the audio working, and then eventually we got. I mean, that's just whatever. But the whole day's been that way. I've been gone all day, and I'm driving to Russellville, and then I went to Town to drop my nieces off, and I come home, and you guys have just blown up my phone because I don't look at my phone when I drive. I've got a podcast on. I've either got a podcast on or I'm listening to music or whatever, and then I look at my phone when I get home, and oh my God, Twitter was going crazy. You guys are blowing my phone up. Discord was going crazy about the whole, the Carmona stuff. It's kind of nuts. Yeah. So today has been wild. But really quick, we can really fast talk about Arkansas before we hang this thing up if you want.
Well, hello,
well,
boys.
I was just going to say, Travis is back. I was just going to say, if nothing else, we can but just talk about SEC basketball starts Saturday, January 4th. So a week from today, or yesterday, I guess. Apologize. And there's some exciting games right out of the gates. Number 6 Florida versus number 10 Kentucky. Number 23 Arkansas versus number 1 Tennessee. Missouri's playing Auburn. Missouri always kind of tough. Number 12 Oklahoma versus number 5 Alabama. There's a lot of great ranked games going on on Saturday, so it should be exciting to see how this thing plays out.
Well, I missed a lot of good stuff. Sorry, guys. I legit had a family emergency. That's just my bad. My kid told me. Yeah, we're good. Yeah. My kid told me she had a ride home from a place, and she didn't, and the place was closed. And I was like, cool, so I can't leave my kid at a place. I got to roll.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No
yeah, man.
She was at like thie, and I was like, I got to go now. Anyway, so what are you guys on now? My bad. That's.
Well, we're going to close out.
Go ahead.
We just finished the playoff.
We just finished
sweet.
the playoff.
I didn't miss that much.
We're going to get in. We're going to close out on SEC basketball really quick.
Sweet, let's do it. My bad.
So no, you're good, man. Don't even worry about it. Stuff happens. So Saturday, like we were talking about, you got again. Tim mentioned Florida at Kentucky. That's how you start off the SEC, man. That's how you start off. Kentucky and Florida, with Florida on the road. Ole Miss, Georgia. Georgia's been on fire. Ole Miss is ranked. Arkansas at Tennessee. This weekend is nuts, man. South Carolina at Mississippi State.
I think Arkansas is underappreciated there with that number 23 ranking. I think it's because early into the non-SEC season, we were still figuring ourselves out. But, we could be better than 23 right now. So
Missouri at Auburn.
There's some crazy games, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, Oklahoma at Bama. Of course, I would take Bama, but
Saturday's going to be packed. By the way, are we doing any kind of a live game companion live stream thing for Arkansas, Tennessee?
Ooh,
good question.
That's a good idea.
It's at noon on a Saturday.
Yeah, it's a
We're
new.
playing the number 1 team in the nation.
I feel like we need to do that, but we need an in-house one, old school, boys.
Yeah, we need it. It needs to be in house.
Old school. Yeah.
I think the only true way to do a game companion is with all of us here.
Yeah,
I don't disagree.
Well, I'm gonna be here for a while, so we can do this.
Sounds good.
All right.
What is that, next Saturday?
Yeah.
Saturday at noon.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I'll work out the logistics. Let's do it.
And the
That'll be
crazy
fun.
thing is you start off at 10 a.m. 10 a.m., dude. Florida at Kentucky.
A top 10 matchup. Yeah.
Yeah. 10 a.m., dude. I'm psyched.
Do you think Kentucky's gonna sustain this ranking they got?
Boy, I don't know. I don't know,
they do.
man.
I hope they're undefeated all the way up to coming to play in Arkansas.
Wait.
Wow.
Weren't you saying, Ty, that every away game is a quad 1 game in the SEC?
Yep.
I mean, it's going to be hard for
every
The SEC's the real
it's
deal
gonna be hard
this year, man.
It's going to be hard for anyone to go in anywhere undefeated, with that being the truth.
Like Vanderbilt might be an exception. Maybe South Carolina may be an exception. Like they're going to mostly be quad 1 with with everyone else being quad 2. So it's going to be nuts. This is, and again, I got to get Blake Level on. I'm going to work on getting Blake Level from SEC Southeastern 16. Well, that rolls off the tongue better than Southeastern 14. That worked out for them really well.
does.
Southeastern 16, their new name. They had to change, obviously, with the addition of Oklahoma and Texas. I've had Blake Level on a number of times, and I cannot wait to talk to him about it.
I love their show,
even if
man.
it's just in the DMs. Yeah, they do a good job. Southeastern 16 is one of my go-tos for sure. But I'm very there's so many of these matchups. Like, are there any upsets? Like you've got Texas at Texas A&M. An unranked on the road against Texas A&M.
In a rivalry, yeah, absolutely.
And then Oklahoma at Bama, at 5 p.m. So, yeah, that whole day is just stacked. Like, there's not a single game where I'm like, I have no interest in. I am interested in every single one of these games.
Dude, I'm
fair
so
enough,
mad.
right? This is an SEC. So fair enough. I guess we're supposed to be.
I'm so mad. I made all these cool graphics.
I know.
And I didn't even get to use them. Come on, man. Bowl records, college football playoffs. Come on. Hey, I got to use the men basketball one.
Make sure you guys retweet. We're not done yet. We got Travis back. We're gonna
We're gonna go a little bit longer. Yeah, sorry. Okay, there's a lot of people watching this. Yeah, sorry guys. I haven't had to do that before, so that was interesting.
I have never had an on, and I've done so many live shows. I've never had one where I had to end it, because I had some emergency or something like that come up. But, they get it.
We usually plan it. I didn't want to end it, but I was like, shit, I gotta go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, crap. So that's why I was just like, I'm gonna kill my camera and you boys carry on. I was texting the group chat. I didn't know if you guys got it or not. But I was like, I blew it up. I was like, hey, I'll be back in 13 minutes if you can keep going.
Oh, yeah. We were sputtering a little bit because I wasn't really sure where we were going to go next.
Yes, I shagged ass, dude. I got it done.
It worked out.
Yeah, he's reading them all now. Yeah, I was like giving you guys like play by play. I was like, hey, I'm here. I'll be there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, I don't know.
Do we want to? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying I'm excited to get back. I'm excited to transition to basketball season. You guys can't really see it, but if you look behind, if I kill this, actually I changed our background to a basketball court instead of football place. Yeah,
Nice.
so I modified some stuff, and even behind are actually the rundowns. If you look closely. Behind the scenes, boys and girls. There's a basketball. That's it. Yep.
Okay.
Surprised it's not like moving, like how you have mine set up,
Dude, I thought about it, man. I could make a move, but if you look, there's so little of our background that you can actually see that it just wasn't worth the trouble. And I was like, nah.
That's fair.
I don't think so.
No.
What were you want to get into, Ty? Because I got time.
I wanted to pick these games really quick. Is what I want to do.
Let's do it.
Other than Arkansas, I'm going to save that for later on in the week. But
we need to pick which games.
Well, the SEC matchups, week 1.
Okay, week 1. We're still talking basketball.
You're gonna have to list the net. You're gonna have to list the games off here.
I had them on my screen. I don't know where they went. Oh, here they go. Okay.
Florida, Kentucky is the first game.
Okay, Florida, Kentucky. Who you guys got?
Ooh, Florida's undefeated, aren't they?
Boom, boom, boom. No, they're not undefeated. In fact,
what are the records?
They got
they are. Florida's undefeated.
Oh, I thought you said Kentucky.
No,
Florida's undefeated.
No, Kentucky
Florida is undefeated.
Who did they lose to last week? Because I watched it and I was so
Bro, they got smashed by an unranked, not so great Ohio State team. They lost by 20 points. I thought you said Kentucky. That's my bad. Yeah, Florida is undefeated.
Even with the weird
and
stuff
listen,
going on with the
Florida,
coach,
Florida's got an already quality win in my opinion because they have beat North Carolina.
I'm going Florida.
I know North Carolina's 6-5. I know they're
6-5.
6-5, but or 8-5. Sorry, I misread that. I mean, if you look at who they lost to Kansas, who was number 1 at the time. They lost to Auburn, who's number 2 right now. They lost to Alabama, who's number 5 right now. They lost to Florida. They lost to Florida, who's number 6 right now. I mean, they're losing to teams who are top 10 teams. It's not like they're losing to the nobodies. Their schedule is not. North Carolina's schedule is not what some of the SEC schedules are. So
I don't think North Carolina is the North Carolina like of your granddaddy's age. You know what I mean?
They're
like,
not. They're not. But they are pretty good.
It's not. But they're good. Their record does not tell how good they actually are.
Right.
So for Florida to have already beaten them, I mean, that's still a quality win.
Right.
You think that's the best quality win?
On their schedule?
No. You said that no one – maybe I heard you wrong. Did you say that that's a better win than anyone in the SEC has?
No, I'm saying for Florida's schedule, it's not their schedule's not just a bunch of garbage wins. I think that's a quality win for them. They've got Wake Forest, which might be a quality win for them. I don't know that Wake Forest is as strong as they were. But they're 6-2 when Florida beat them. So they have a couple of wins that could be quality wins. I didn't look at Kentucky.
I got Florida. Who you got, Tim?
Kentucky beat Gonzaga. So they have some quality wins too, but they have some weird losses like Clemson and Ohio State. So I'm going to take Florida.
They got smoked. They got smoked. Kentucky did by Ohio State. They lost by 20 points.
Yeah, they did.
What do you think Florida's going to do to them?
It's at Kentucky. It's at Rupp. So, that's my only hang up.
Rupp's worth, 10 points?
At least, right? I
Probably.
mean, they're going to be amped up.
I've been there. It's a horrible stadium, but
I've never been to it.
Neither have I. I've talked to people who've gone, and they said it's not what people make it out to be. Now, to be fair, this is from someone who has been to probably 20 arenas across the country. So, and then I've talked to some media people who are like, no, actually, it was a really damn good environment. But I would take Kentucky only because they're the home team, but I think it's going to be a damn good game. I cannot wait to see.
That's at 11 a.m.? I'm excited about that one.
It's 10 a.m. My bad. 10 a.m.
10 a.m. Oh, even better.
Even better. I know, dude. Let's go.
I'll take the early game.
I love it.
All right, what's our next game in our lineup?
I backed out of that page. I don't know if Tim has it up.
Hold on. Nice. I'll tell you. Georgia Ole Miss. Georgia Ole Miss.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Beard.
Yeah, give me Ole Miss.
I'm taking Ole Miss on that one, too. It's easy.
Yep. Is Georgia good at basketball ever?
They're pretty good this year.
Really?
They're off to a pretty good start.
I guess the whole league is, right?
Well, everyone is, and to be fair, I haven't looked at their schedule a lot. I did watch them play earlier in the year when they played Marquette, and I got
the one game they've lost.
Yeah, it's the one game they lost.
Yeah,
it was, and then they turned around. They beat St. John's, beat them by 3 points, and. Yeah, I mean, other than that, they don't have like a great schedule like we were just talking about some of these other SEC schools, but they are pretty damn tough. And if I remember right, the Marquette game was pretty damn close until the second half. and then Marquette just started to kind of, separate things a little bit.
Yeah, but if it tells you anything about the way the SEC is this year, this is Georgia's schedule to start SEC basketball. Number 16, Ole Miss. Number 10, Kentucky. Number 12, Oklahoma. Number 1, Tennessee. Number 2, Auburn. Number 23, Arkansas. Number 6, Florida. They have ranked games for the next 8 games in a row.
That's tough. That's tough.
Okay, so we're all in. So you two took Florida. I took Kentucky. You two we're all three taking Ole Miss.
Yep. Skipping the Arkansas Tennessee game, going to South Carolina, Mississippi State.
I'm going to take State. I'm going to take Mississippi State.
South Carolina.
Okay.
I'm taking State. South Carolina played
that's a blind pick. That's a blind pick. I don't know anything about either one of them.
South Carolina played 2 ranked teams and gotten beat by both of them.
Yep. That may be a bad pick.
And they lost to North Florida also.
Sticking with it, South Carolina.
I'll take Mississippi State.
Yeah.
You what?
Yeah, on the road at Mississippi State, they're getting beat.
Yeah, probably.
Mizzou, who's no longer ranked, was Mizzou
got ranked
for a day? I think they were ranked for a day. Were they not? I feel like they were ranked for a day.
I mean, they're 10-2.
Yeah,
and they beat Kansas, so they probably were ranked for a day.
And they played Illinois pretty damn close.
Really?
They lost that game by 3 points. It was a good game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Missouri's
Damn, did
salty.
old Dennis get it figured out, bro?
They may have. I thought they were going to be better last year with that roster that they had. Ooh. And I remember talking to Blake Lovell about it, and we both were wrong. We both missed on Mizzou. They were not great last year. This year, this year they're off to a good start, man. They beat Cal and they beat Kansas. Pretty good back-to-back wins, and then later on they hung in there against Illinois just to lose by 3. So it's a good one. That's a good game. But I'm intrigued.
It is, but it's at Auburn.
Yeah.
And Auburn's already beaten ranked Iowa State, ranked North Carolina. They lost to Duke. They beat Purdue, and they didn't beat Purdue by a little bit. The Iowa
Auburn's
State
pretty
game
salty
was a
this
2-point
year.
game, but they beat Purdue by almost 20.
Yeah. Bruce Pearl's got them rolling. This could be one of his best teams. So
this Auburn team is really good.
Bruce Pearl's a really good coach, Auburn. Man. Auburn.
He is, man, and you know what? And he's political, and I know we don't talk politics here, but I love that dude sticks by his shit. I really do. I respect the hell out of that.
Cal level coach, to be honest. Give it time.
Go that far.
Give it time.
I don't know if I'd go that far. He's a really good coach.
I just mean he's consistent every year. Every year they're usually pretty reasonable.
Yeah, but Cal, and I'm not saying this because he's at Arkansas. Cal gets to Final Fours. He's won a national championship.
Yeah.
He's a Hall of Fame
I just always
coach.
pictured, maybe it's because they look somewhat alike to me. I don't know.
Hey, listen, he could be a Hall of Fame coach, man. He really could be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bruce Pearl's a good damn coach. I do
think he's
agree.
a really good, consistent coach.
But I think postseason's their gripe over there. Okay, so are we all three on Auburn?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a tough one. This one might be tough. Because you never know. Vanderbilt's one of those teams, man. Vandy at LSU. That's 3:30 on ESPN2. It's tough.
Vandy.
Because I don't know what to make of LSU.
Either one of them.
Without Will Wade,
yeah.
it's not the same.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Vandy. Based on last year's Vandy, honestly, because I haven't really dove into basketball yet, so I'm so ill prepared for what we're doing right now.
Well, Vandy's 11-1. They beat Virginia Tech on the road. They handled TCU 83-74.
Didn't TCU beat us in an exhibition game?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
But to be fair, I mean, again, Arkansas was
an exhibition game.
It was an exhibition game, and not only that, but
we beat Kansas
Arkansas was still
game.
they were missing pieces. So there's no doubt
Right.
they're still trying to get healthy. So I'm not going to hold that against them.
Here's worth noting: Vanderbilt averages about 3 points per game more than LSU. They shoot better from the field. LSU gets more rebounds. and more blocks, but Vanderbilt gets about 3 more steals per game than LSU does. So I'm gonna go with Vanderbilt, the better shooting team right now.
Yep.
Same.
Vandy.
That would be a road win, so that would be a huge win for Vandy. I don't know,
right?
I don't know. Actually,
It's hard to
I don't
say
know
because LSU.
Yeah.
I mean, neither one of them has played anybody quad 1 yet.
So there's like 3 teams that are on that cusp of being quad 1, and 2 of them are LSU and Vandy, and the third being South Carolina.
Shit's gonna get real when the SEC play starts, man. I'm excited.
It's great, dude.
I'm ready for some basketball games I care about. You know, you see your team playing and you're just like, no, it's a directional school or something like that.
Number 12, Oklahoma. This is another one. Number 12, Oklahoma at number 5, Bama. Now, Bama has not gotten off to the start they thought they would. Okay, they do have a couple of losses. They lost to Purdue, which was that neutral floor, Tim, or was that at Purdue?
Oh,
I think that was in Indiana. Yeah, West Lafayette. Yeah. So and Bama lost. And then they lost
Oklahoma
to Oregon.
Generally has a pretty decent team every year.
Oh, they find
I'm
a way
still
to
going
beat
to go
Arkansas,
Bama, man. Yeah, it seems like they got Arkansas's number, dude. I think I'm still going to go Bama, man. Nate Oates is the truth.
I know the quality of opponents might be different. Alabama averages about 6 points per game more. They shoot pretty even field goals. Alabama averages 11 rebounds more, assists and a half more, 2 more blocks. So, I mean, take it for what it's worth. Neither one of them really shoots better, but Alabama's a much better rebounding team. And it's at Alabama, so I'm probably going to go Alabama.
Bammer.
This is hard because it's at Bama. I feel like if this were neutral floor or in Norman, I would take Oklahoma.
Or the box center in Tulsa. Like we always play.
Oh, yeah. They'd be undefeated if they played in that place.
Yeah, man.
ESPN, for what it's worth, ESPN is saying 83% on the matchup predictor for Alabama.
Yeah, I figured it'd be pretty high.
Yeah.
Oklahoma has Jeremiah Fears, and that dude is a baller. Averages like 5.5 or so assists a game. He's a really damn good shooter. 18 or so points. Dude's a baller. They're a really well-built team. Like, that is a team – I don't know how well they'll do in the SEC, and I can't believe we're saying this. We're talking about basketball. But the gauntlet of SEC basketball this year, if they can survive it, I mean, this could be a team that goes on a pretty good run. You know, they're undefeated. They do have wins over Michigan, who was ranked at the time, Arizona, who was ranked at the time, Louisville, and they had, I thought, one other really good win, and I'm not seeing it.
They need some kind of solace after their football season. Holy shit.
They, I like this game a lot, man. But yeah, I'm gonna have to lean Bama only because it's in Tuscaloosa. I mean, that's worth for them right now. As amped up as that crowd is, that's probably worth 15 points. I mean, I'm not kidding. Like, that's tough. That's a tough place to play at.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the SEC overall has a home court advantage that probably rivals their football home field advantage.
It's gotten that way.
It has. Home court advantage is a big deal in SEC basketball.
Yeah. What you got next?
Texas. Okay, now they're unranked, but they're 11-2. Their losses are to Ohio State, who's unranked. It was their first game of the year, and they lost to number 25 UConn. Other than that, not a lot of impressive wins I'm seeing. They did beat Syracuse, and I don't know that. Let's see, Syracuse. Nope, they're bad. They're 6-6. Yeah, the more I look at this, and it's kind of blind, really. The more I look at it, A&M should probably be favored by a pretty decent margin. Although the matchup predictor only favors A&M at 63%.
You still got Buzz Williams over there?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Tough. All right,
But they're 13th in the
Texas.
country.
A&M actually has several quality wins, and it's at
They
A&M.
do.
Is that
Yeah.
that's what I was going to ask you. Which one? I'm going
It's
A&M.
at A&M, and they've beaten number 21 Ohio State, number 21 Creighton, and number 11 Purdue. So
Yeah.
all quality wins. I'm probably going to go with Texas A&M also.
Same.
Yeah, give me A&M. Yep. I don't know if we kept up with any of those, but I think we have a pretty good idea of who went with who. But, yeah, what a week. Anything could happen, but I feel like at the end of the day, we know what's going to happen. The home teams are most likely going to dominate, but you never know because this league is so stacked this year. So anything could happen. I'm really excited for it.
It's going to be exciting.
So what are we waiting to call Arkansas, Tennessee?
Well, you guys could do it. I was going to wait until the end of the week to call that game or to give a prediction.
What do we give our prediction in pregame, I guess? Because you've got Tuss Talk with Ty, but we have nowhere to give our prediction before now and then.
That's
Except
fair.
in the pregame. Except in the pregame if we're doing a game companion.
Well, we got to make sure we go. So what we'll do is we'll do the game companion, and we'll go live like 10 minutes before the game. Then we could do our predictions there. Does that sound good?
Yeah,
Okay.
and we can even post game it from this too because I got your deal.
Yeah. We can.
Post game. Bet. Yeah, let's save it. Let's save it then because I'm planning fully in on that.
Okay. God, I wish that game was in Fayetteville. Golly, man. I'll just say that.
There'll be plenty in Fayetteville we can cover for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen.
All
Well,
right.
I'm sure I held you guys up plenty this evening. Sorry about that.
No, you're
good,
good, man. You're good. All I gotta do is get up at like 8:30 and get ready for the Mason Choate interview, and then that's pretty much my morning. That's it.
I got to work tomorrow for a little bit.
Yeah.
Not long enough.
I'm going to a coffee shop.
Killing it.
Oh, are you? Well, we'll talk in group chat. I was going to ask you something, but we'll save that for group chat.
All right.
All right. There is one thing I do want to say because this is the last time we're going to be on this year. I almost started the show with this, and so anybody who's left listening, I just want to say this. Last year at Christmas time, I broke 300 pounds. Really started in November, just gaining weight, and I couldn't figure it out. And then by Christmas, I was 300. By the beginning of January, I was 315. By the end of January, I was 330 pounds. And I found out that I had a hormone issue and all of this stuff. I gained 60 pounds from November to January, and it was really tough. And so now here we are. It's almost January 1st again, and I've dropped 40 of the 60 pounds that I gained. I got my hormones in control. And I just want to say, make 2025, for anybody who's listening, a year that you prioritize your health. It was really unhealthy and hard on me and hard on my body to take on 60 pounds in 3 months. And it's really a big deal. Like, make 2025 the year that you go talk to your doctor, do something that's good for you. I'm trying to, take care of me. I got 2 kids. I'm a single dad. And my kids can't afford for me to not take care of myself and get those things figured out. And I hope everybody listening does the same thing.
Yeah. Congrats, man, by the way. Congrats
Yes,
on
sir.
that.
Appreciate
Yes, sir.
it.
That's a
Good.
big deal. That's a big deal. That's cool. That's awesome.
Cool.
Timmy kicking ass.
Tim is kicking
Cool.
ass. 2025 is going to be even better, Tim.
It's going to be good. I'm telling you, I'm excited for it.
Maybe we'll
All right.
pump these numbers up. You know what I mean?
Right, and then maybe we won't be that little old crappy little podcast that
If we get syndicated or something. I was gonna ask you guys if he showed up when I was gone because I've been fucking waiting.
no.
Nah, we addressed it one last time. I mean, at
Chicken
the end of the day.
shit. Chicken shit.
Nah.
It's okay. Hey man.
No,
You ever want some
at the
drama?
end of
I'm
the
fucking
day-
here for it. I'm just saying, if you want to have a healthy argument, let's do it.
Yeah.
No, that's
right.
it. That's all y'all got.
I think
It's Travis' address right here.
we're going to
This is
end it
Travis'
here.
address right here. At Dank Broyles on X. You can find Travis and have all the arguments you want. He's here for
Yeah,
it.
I got time for it most of the time.
Come on to a live show. We're going to do some call-ins, I'm sure.
Yeah, actually,
got to.
I want to set up for more call-ins next year, and we can really pump a bunch of people in here. I think it'll be awesome.
I think so too. All right, everybody. Well, make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. If you're on Twitter, retweet or re-X. I don't even know what the hell they call that anymore with X taking over.
Repost, maybe?
Repost, yeah. Check out Tuss Talk with Ty as well. You can catch me live throughout the week and maybe join our Discord. These two are in it. No. Even though they don't talk much, they're in it.
I talk a lot now, actually.
You do now.
My numbers up, bro.
You do now.
I'm hit and miss.
All right, everybody. Thanks a lot.
Guys.
We'll see you around.
See ya.